I mean, if you're looking to pay up at center, it's essentially a decision between Gobert and Drummond. And I think for me, I would just rather save the $1,000 and go with Rudy Gobert. Drummond probably has a little higher ceiling. At least he's flashed a higher ceiling so far this season. But I think it's important to note that he was at his most dominant when Tobias Harris was also in the NBA's health and safety protocols. Since Harris has come back and he's kind of touted this massive 35% usage rate, Drummond's production is tapered off. It's only a 2-game sample, but it's a pretty noticeable trend. So I think Gobert for $1,000 less. Also, you think about this direct matchup. I mean, Gobert is the much better individual defender. I just think that he can take advantage of Drummond more than Drummond can take advantage of him. So I'll save the money and just go with Gobert.
All right, are you going to save money at center, Nick?
I think that there are some other options that you can go with tonight, but I'm with Gary on this one. You got to go with Rudy Gobert, especially with Drummond. The price is not, it's not worth it. Spend that extra grand in this game. And when you look at the times they've played each other over the past few years too, 5 of the last 7 games, Gobert has had more rebounds. 4 of the last 7 times that they've met up, Gobert has scored more points too. And again, when you're talking about defense, it's not even close when it's Drummond versus Gobert. But again, with the 76ers in general, not as efficient defensively too. So I think here it's worth paying up for Gobert. And I think with Drummond, if Harris was still out, that might make a difference. But either way, in the end, the savings is too much. And but Gobert will give you something at least in the end.
All right, Kenny, your pick for center.
I'm actually going to talk about this in a sec, but over the last 5 games, I mentioned the Utah Jazz defense is really bad. They've actually allowed over 70% shooting inside the restricted area. I'm a little worried about fading both of these guys, but I'm also incredibly worried about Rudy Gobert's defense inside against Andre Drummond. I know it's a crazy thing to say. I actually do like Andre Drummond. The problem is $8,700 is a really high price to pay for him. His price has just continued to come up to the point where now it's like maybe he hits 5x salary. I'm just going to go ahead and save the money. I'm going to go with Thad Young at $5,300. He's hit 6x value in 4 of his last 6 games. Sorry for throwing the producers a curveball there, but he's played at least 23.5 minutes in 5 straight games. The matchup is not the best, right? But we know that he's talented. We know that he can score the basketball. And he's just been one of the most consistent performers on this slate in terms of minutes that he's getting and fantasy output. I just think, in general, if he has the ball in his hands, he's on the floor for 27, 28 minutes, he should be able to get you 20, 25 fantasy points. And I think that's really all you can really ask for at this position.